Hello, everybody. It's been a while since I've done like a commentary thing. Like generally, just because I've it's been kind of busy. Um, I don't know if anyone's like been in the loop, but Dragon's Dogma 2 is coming out soon. It's a game I've been waiting for like 10 to 12 years almost. I played it on PS3 back when it was like the Dark version came out and it was re-released and they fixed all those bugs and everything. And I played it like hella a lot. Right now I'm playing it on my PS5. Um, but I just thought I'd make a video like discussing what my hopes are for Dragon's Dogma 2 and how I feel about what's been shown so far. One of the biggest things I wanted to talk about is how it seems they've added a lot of quality of life to the game. For example, people have been telling or saying that the pawns have been getting better, like the communication features. They seem to be very more diverse in what they say, not necessarily like I wouldn't necessarily say different things they say, just more so like they feel like more like they're part of the world and they feel more immersive when the time is right, which I think is great. Another thing that seems to be upgraded is like the lighting. The lighting of this game, Dragon's Dogma 2, is insane. Like, I don't know what they did, but whatever they did to the lighting made the game look a million times better. Hold on. I hate these lizard guys. What ended up... Oh. What ended up happening, actually, is I didn't realize that Dragon's Dogma 2 is releasing so soon. I've kind of been out of the loop myself for a little bit. But I've been waiting for so long. And I realized it's about like 4 days ago, I realized that the game is coming out in 10 days. Like, it's almost here. It's almost here. And the fact that they're adding new bosses, even one specifically for the night, it seems like, nighttime, and they're adding even old bosses as well that we all know and love. They're even adding new like primary skills for like vocations. In Dragon's Dogma 1, you can see I'm a magic archer here, right? But magic archers have these daggers because in this game everyone likes to use the Scarlet Kiss daggers. But what they did in this game is they combined the vocations. But in Dragon's Dogma 2, they actually made all the weapons have their own unique kind of like feeling to them. They gave them each their own identity. Like, for example, the magic archer is just the bow. But now it comes with a lot of skills and things that can be used specifically for the magic archer. It even comes with a heal, which I thought was really crazy. And things like that. So it's like they're trying to make the game more accessible, I'd say. While at the same time, they're also going to not hold your hand as much. Apparently, they will be releasing the game without any quest markers. So, there's not going to be any pointers to be like, oh, hey, here's a quest. You need to go over here and talk to this person to get this quest. Instead, every single person you can kind of just talk to. And what they do from then on is kind of just whatever they're meant to do in the game. For example, you could just walk up to a random person and they could have a quest for you. They might even come along with you, or they might give you a very specific reward or travel with you or need to be escorted, etc. And it's just seems like a very non-linear form of development. Like it is very linear, like the main story and all, but it will feel non-linear because you'll have so many options and different ways to go on your adventure, um, and you won't really necessarily be hyper focusing on things you have to do and yada yada. I think I missed a room. Yeah, I did. And instead focus on what you want to do, what it piques your interest in the moment, and what feels right to you and your adventure. And I think this is like the best natural evolution the game could have had, at least from what I can tell in the trailers. I don't want to get all. I know there's like going to be a lot of rose tinted glasses. You know, I've been waiting on this game for like a decade or so. Like I said, so you know, it's not going to be something that I can easily just put down. But I will be honest, this is only coming from a point of view of just the trailers and pre-ordered, you know, 5 days out. Um, uh, and I'm honestly super hopeful. I think Capcom. I've always been a huge like Monster Hunter fan, and I think Capcom has hit the nail on the head. Like almost every single game since like for a while now, actually, aside from like Street Fighter V and a few other games, but every time it's just like they just blow it out of the water. And I've never once had like it's the only AAA studio that like I truly support, and it actually has like my trust. I mean, it's still a corporation, you know, but I think that they are going to make this game extremely well. It's going to be, I think, 4 times the map. So, for anyone wondering, it's going to be 4 times. Like you see the whole map area. It's about like 4/5 of this whole screen in this game. So imagine that, but times 4. So that's going to be pretty big. It's going to be quite massive, especially the two cities that they were talking about. The one in the desert where the Arisen isn't really seen as a like a good person, and then the one in the human realm, I think where Castardus and everything might be. I don't know if Castardus is going to be back in it, but it'd be awesome. But basically the human place where the Arisen is seen as a king, and royalty. But what I'm hoping is that they do come out with DLC for Dragon's Dogma 2, regardless of how the game is. I will try to play like a loosely made like playthrough of Dragon's Dogma 2, mostly just slight commentaries every now and then. But don't think of it being as like consistent content. I don't really do that kind of sort of thing. I just kind of make whatever I feel like whenever. But I'm probably going to make at least a few videos on it, of my experience throughout the game. Some things that did disappoint me when I heard about it was the fact that everyone's saying that the game is in 30 FPS. 30 FPS isn't like a huge bummer for me particularly, or necessarily, but to hear that console is kind of like locked on it, or at least from what I know, it's kind of disappointing, just because from a standpoint of like I want to be able to absorb all the information and all the quality that they put into this game. You know, I want to be able to enjoy it to its fullest. Not necessarily from a performance point of view, because I think it's gonna run good regardless. Like, I'm gonna enjoy it regardless, but it's just, I think I would enjoy it more if I was able to see it in a more smooth, crisper state. Now I think, and the only reason I'm thinking this isn't the case is because no one has talked about this, but there was a tweet sent from Capcom themselves stating that there is going to be that the game is going to be released at 60 FPS nationwide. Sorry, I just said boys. Nationwide. So if they themselves are saying it, it's probably going to be the case. At least wishful thinking, you know. Like, I'm really hoping. So if it releases at 60, that's good. If not, that's okay. It doesn't break the game for me because I know it's going to be still really enjoyable. And aside from that, they also got rid of, from what we know, the Mystic, what's it called? The Mystic Warrior. Mystic Warrior is actually Mystic Warrior is one of my favorite classes. It's the warrior with the shield, and it allows you to basically be like a heavy tank with magic. And it was something that I've always enjoyed playing in Dragon Dogma 1. In fact, if I might actually switch over to Magic Archer or Magic Mystic Warrior at some point, because like I did play Magic Archer last profile on my Dragon's Dogma 1 game, but it's not going to be in Dragon's Dogma 2 apparently. They did add a few more vocations, including the Trickster with the vape clouds, whatever you want to call it, and the also the what was it? The Mystic Spearhand and the Warfarer. I don't know much about Warfarer aside from it's like kind of like a mid to late game vocation, and it's kind of hard to unlock. And then aside from that, there's not much else about vocations aside from them all being like kind of kitted out with their own skills and things like that, which is exciting and awesome. But yeah, it's kind of it's really disappointing to not have Mystic Warrior or Magic Warrior, or whatever you want to call it. Aside from that, though, I'm super hopeful, super excited. I think it's going to be a great experience, and it's like I'm waiting with bated breath. I've already created my pawn and my my character, as you'll probably already know, just because they came out with the character creator, if no one knows about that. And it's actually super detailed. Like, the amount of detail that they went into show in this character creator, it's just getting every fan, I'm sure, just getting every fan excited and ready to play. Like, I know me personally, I'm just so ready. I'm so ready for this. And I think they understand how important it is to make this a really good title for the IP, because, like I said, we've been waiting for so long. Dragon's Dogma Online was great, you know, but I never got a chance to experience it because it only came out in Japan. And yeah, it was an online experience between everyone, and it was apparently kind of fun. But the service ended like 3 or 4 years into like providing it, which was like a huge letdown. From what I can tell, Dragon's Dogma 2 is kind of the first time it's like hitting hitting like really big in the West. Granted, Dark Arisen did really, really well, and there's been a huge Western like fan base. Dragon's Dogma 2 is kind of hitting new numbers like Monster Hunter World did whenever it came out, and if that's anything to gloat about, I mean that's just amazing. That just means that there's going to be new life breathed into this series, and I'm just like so excited for it. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much my impressions of all the new stuff. Uh, I'll probably be playing through Dragon's Dogma 1 again, just to kind of get myself grounded in the world and that experience, and ready for Dragon's Dogma 2. I know they don't come directly after one another, but I will be playing them one after another because, I mean, if you haven't played this game already, guys, you gotta give it a shot. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't really usually do this kind of video. I don't usually just talk, and I know I kind of talk fast sometimes, so sorry everybody if anyone's listening. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed Super Jesus and my team of just randos. And yeah, it's gonna be great. This game is gonna be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see all your pawns and everything in the game. Like, I've already seen so many ridiculous pawns. Anyways, guys, see ya. You guys have a great day, and make sure to get this game and play it. It's gonna be great.